going to re-record now, guys. So
this meeting is being recorded.
I will, if you want me to mute it, I will, and, you know, get started and doing stuff, that's totally fine. But we'll do small bits at the end if you want to. So I love your excitement. Oh, hello. Got Helen back again. There we go. So we are now recording. Week 5, my goodness. What a journey so far. We've taken this much slower in many respects to any of the others we've done, because what I wanted to be sure about is what we were doing, you were understanding. Now, the only way that you will keep remembering stuff is to keep doing it. And you're going to start now getting into a routine. Once you've sent your first box in, it's going to be then and now repeat and now repeat and now repeat. And every single time you do it, you need to have an indication of the value of profit in that box. So quite often I've said to you, you need to optimize what you're sending in. So if you're doing 5 kilos or 13 kilos or 15 kilos, there'll be different prices along the way. So I think, Louise, your box, the cost to ship it in was about £2.50 or something.
Yeah.
So your £2.50 divided by your 35 items gives you the cost per item that you need to take off your profit margin for each thing.
Yeah.
So if you optimize each box as it's going in, and you can say, oh, well, I've got £30 profit in that box, or I've got £100 profit in that box. What's really important is once you've sort of got the fundamentals of what you're doing, is you have in your head what you're aiming at. So daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, what profit do you want as the return on your time? Now, once you've got that figure in your head, stick it on a sticky note and put it somewhere you're going to see it. Because then every time you do something, what you're then doing is working towards a goal. Now, that's a dirty word for some people, setting goals. But actually, with this business, it really works because you can easily map it to say, this week I haven't hit my goal, so I'm going to work a bit harder. Or this week I've totally smashed it. Next week, I'm having a day off. That makes sense to you all?
So Amanda, when you're talking about goals, are you talking about having an idea in mind of how many products you want to send in, or how much, or are you talking about the profit you're making?
Your profit on this.
Right.
So it might be, Lou, you decide to send in low value products, which means you're going to have to do more of them. Whereas Kim might do some higher value products, so she has to do less. And that's assuming you both have the same goals, and you probably won't have. So help me out here in the chat. Can we have some ideas? Exceptionally low going on. In the chat, can you give me some indications of weekly profit you'd love to hit or start with? Because obviously you can grow these, but you have to start somewhere. So what would a good week be for you if you had this profit? Give me some ideas. 2,000 in a year, what does that break down weekly?
Oh,
I'm just doing it now.
Okay, so we've got 200s, we've got 400s.
this is a week.
Weekly.
Can this be just a dream?
This can be anything you want.
Right, I'm going to put what I'd really love to go for?
That's only £41 a week profit on my 2,000.
There you go.
Wow. And that's the first bit of my extra cruise money got.
So every
Oh.
single one of you is going to have different
plan.
reasons. Now, Helen, you've got a really good reason because you've got an actual physical something attached to yours.
Yeah, because
And
I
that-
booked it already.
Okay, so we've not put any pressure on ourselves here or anything, but okay. Now, if you have a goal, you're going to do something to make it happen. If you're poodling along, you're making it hard for yourself because it's, oh, well, I'll just have a sleep in this today. Oh, well, I'll just get on with it tomorrow. Oh, well, I'll just, do you get where we're going here? There was always going to be something that takes priority. Yeah. It's like everything, isn't it? If we want something, we'd rather do that first. Yeah. So hang on, what day are we on? So 2 days ago, hands up, who was putting the tax return in?
I've
Up
done, I've
until
already,
the last, seriously, how many of us on this call? Yeah, because we put it off and we put it off and we put it off and we put it off. The only thing that stopped me not doing it on that day when I absolutely had to was the 100 quid fine. Yeah. Now, I really, really should have known better, and I very rarely leave it to that minute. But it is down to, if you have a reason to do something, you will make more effort and make it happen. If you don't have a reason to do it, it'll be, I'll get on with it tomorrow. Are we right? We've got some really serious goals going on here. $2,000 in a week. What's that, Richard? About £1,800-ish. I'm not good at converting America these days. I haven't had any need to.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah. So is that profit or turnover?
No, it's profit. Gross profit.
Gross profit. Cool. We like that.
Yep.
Nice big goal going on there. So we've got varying goals. And you know what? Your goal is no less valuable than anybody else's. It doesn't matter what it is. It matters that you've decided on something. You can amend them. Now, for example, if your profit is, let's look at the big one. So Richard, yours is a big one. That's going to equate to, well, that depends. What's the average value of your boxes going in? So if you've gone high end, then that's not that many products. If you've gone middling, it's a few more. If you've gone low end, it's a bloody lot. So you need to have a variation going on of small, medium, and high end wherever possible to make it happen. Now, we've talked quite a lot about the ranking of products. And in general, the lower the rank, the more that sell. And the more competition you have, so the profit tends to get squeezed. You need to find a way to differentiate yourself from any other business out there. And you need to have a balance of product that will actually make it easy for you to hit those goals. So if you've got a burning desire to quit a day job or whatever it is, you're going to have to go some. So you're going to have an awful lot of product along quite a wide stretch. Because if you're putting all your eggs in one basket and you're aiming at one or two products, then good luck with that when everybody else piles in on it and you're ending up with 1 or 2 sales a day instead of your 100 and 200 sales a day that you were getting. So you need to spread your risk. And you also need to be continuously looking at different products, different ways of doing stuff, and different product margins. Helen, I think it was you that was talking bundles earlier, wasn't it?
Yeah, I put something on the other day, some power serum, and I've got Zoe said actually have a word with you because you know something about it. I've now got an email, something about the tagging or the barcode or something.
Okay, what you got was an email from the Transparency Code team.
Yes, that's it. But I haven't a clue what that means.
You don't need to worry about that anymore. We've had that removed. Now, we're not going to get it removed across the board.
Right,
However,
okay.
what appears to have happened is Avon in America have been selling on Amazon for some time. They have enrolled American EANs and they're 13 digits as opposed to ours, which I'm going to get this wrong. No, they're 12 digits
Right.
as opposed to ours, which are 13. Now, they had enrolled a UK listing in the American Transparency Programme. Now, I didn't know American listings had 12 and the UK had 13. And let's face it, when we go hunting for products to list on, who has ever counted how many numbers are in the barcode anyway? Let's face
Am I
it,
okay to pop them back on now? Brilliant, because I've got quite a few of those in stock and they're a good little earner.
they are nice. There are some good
Yeah,
deals
they
on
are
those
good.
right now.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
going
I'll do that tomorrow
forward,
now.
I'm just seeing who's on this call. Every single one of you. When you go to list against a product, go and check. Well, let's go and check one, shall we? Shall we go live and have a look? Because I do not want you coming a cropper. Now, you may or may not have noticed you've got increased traffic going on, mainly due to, anybody notice a little Avon ad on the telly at the moment that started yesterday? You will notice you've got more traffic to different lines at the
can see
moment.
it, but then I don't watch Love Island or whatever the junk TV's on.
It was on channel 20 last night. Oh
What's that
yeah.
one?
This is a massive fail in my opinion. Avon Protection is linked to every single Avon product right now.
I'm sorry, what, I missed the start of that bit.
So
Avon-
every single Avon product at the moment, I have no idea where this has come from or how to get rid of it. Oh, Scout, hello. This is a brand page for a company called Avon Protection. And it shouldn't be linked to the Avon Cosmetics products, but it is. Which is a bit of a fail on the people who were working with Avon. But hey. Right, so what is it? It's power serum, isn't it, that you've just
Yeah.
asked me about?
That I've had me trouble. Yes, power serum. Yeah.
Let's then have a look.
So are we going into, can we do this along with you? Going to Amazon, is this?
There goes
Yeah.
this stuff.
Just
Oh,
search
the
it.
other one, the one with HA.
Okay, so what I've typed in now is Avon Power Serum, which is the one a few of you have had the issue with, yeah?
Yeah.
And you can see all the ads. So clearly, all these people are being threatened by, and they've put ads against an Avon search. Bit mad. So the one that you're looking at is this one, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So here's the product. Somebody's very kindly rewritten the title, possibly using AI, but who knows? Right, where it says visit the Avon store, you kind of would expect it would go to a very beautiful brand page that
Yes, that's what we like to see.
yeah, okay.
When I
trying
tried
to
that, I
follow-
thought, I thought I'd
Mommy,
cocked up. I thought, what have I done?
Okay.
I'm
so
trying
let-
to follow you, Amanda. Which one's that? Avon and you.
This is the Avon Power Serum.
I'm trying to find it on Amazon at that price.
So let me just talk through a few things on here. Firstly, the price has increased, and about time. These were sub £10. Now, a lot of people have been kicked off this listing because of the issue with the transparency code from America. It's had all the new pictures added. So this means Avon brand team have got on board and started putting stuff in on it. It's giving you a better product listing, so that's cool. Now, you'll also see that they're temporarily out of stock. Oh dear. So, as you know, Avon have partnered and supplying Amazon as a vendor fulfilled. Now you can see where they came on the listing here.
Where
Now,
did they?
it's where it goes yellow. So what we're looking for is anything in this orangey yellow color here. So this is a chart, like a keeper chart, and you can see exactly when they come in. Now they've had very little stock. So what they've had is a tiny amount of stock. So to be straight out of stock, they haven't been taking this particular one very seriously. But we have had an increase in the price, which is great. Hopefully, none of the other sellers on it will start hammering it again, because this needs to be as high as we can keep it. It's not in anybody's interest to keep hammering pricing, but somebody has got it quite low on there. So yes, you can now sell it. Yes, the brand registry is off it.
So would I be best to send half my stock in? I've got 10 basically. So would you keep 5 to merchant fulfill at home, and would you send 5 in, or would you send 2 in, or?
Right. I would do something very different to you, because my account is
No,
brand.
I'm asking your advice on this. I don't know.
So
That's
I'm
what
going to show you what you should be thinking of. Okay.
I've got 135 in my brain, like you told me the other day, and I thought, well, if the one sells out.
Right, so let's go and look at that product, and let's go and see who's selling what. Is that okay?
It sells 322 a month. Oh, it's 316 now. It's come down then.
Yeah. Well, this lovely little coloured chart going on here tells me there's stuff going on. But look at the price drops. People are just hammering the price at every conceivable opportunity. Now, I am slightly bemused that it's saying they've got 999 in stock, because they're out of stock. Although this is never as up to date as it could be. But nobody else now has got any stock in there, because they've probably all pulled it back.
Quick question, and I've only got January's campaign, but even with our discount, the catalogue is selling it at £18. Even with our discount, how are you making a profit on that?
Okay, I had my stock bought in sets. So
That's what I
was
thought. Right, yeah,
paying-
you've got it free with something
I
else, didn't you? Yeah,
I
all
have
right.
as well, and we bought it at 11 last year. Do you remember when we were VIP? We could buy them at 11, and we made £7 on each bottle.
So there's other things going on at this. So if you look in the first look, you'll see, I think it's £32, but I can't remember. There's
It
a
is.
set, and it includes varying things, which means you're paying about £11 for this.
And these
So
are good
how
when
much?
you get them
how mu-
free.
Hang on,
When you
one
get
at a
them
time,
free in
please.
here.
Mm.
When you get them free in here, these are good. Your rewards. I always pick the one with the serum in, because I know it's a good earner. You know, if you Avon rewards. I think it's this one.
Rudy,
Hang on.
you good?
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Yeah, can I just
Another one.
ask, looking at that, why on offers is Amazon showing as FBA instead of Amazon?
No idea.
What does FBA stand for again, please?
Oh, it's showing as fulfilled
Fulfill-
by oh yeah, it's showing
Fulfilled by
by
Amazon.
Amazon. It is fulfilled by Amazon. Everybody else is merchant fulfilling it, so they're shipping it themselves. Amazon is the only one that has it in the warehouse.
Yeah, it's just when we've been looking at stuff like that, it's like it's showing you offers, and if Amazon's on it, I've just been
They've
not
got no stock.
looking at it. Yeah,
I wouldn't.
but you wouldn't know that from looking at that, would you?
No, you
When
wouldn't.
you're making your decision.
Richard.
I wouldn't believe that when it says 999. I've had some of my listings say 999, and we've only got 10 in there. So it's just a weird Amazon glitch, I think, to be honest.
Amazon never tells you what they've got in stock. Now, if it wasn't on here showing me that they were out of stock, is this the right one, or am I on something completely random now? I'm on something completely random. Okay, that's not helpful. No, it's not that one either.
Can I jump in a wee second?
Sure.
Normally on SellerAmp, if it's Amazon that's on it, it'll say AMZ. So why is that saying FBA instead of AMZ?
Don't know. It's vendor fulfilled, but it might be a glitch on SellerAmp. They've had lots to contend with in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah,
That's something to watch out for then, because normally I would be alerted, because obviously SellerAmp would tell you it was Amazon. But it's not telling you that.
It does tell you it's Amazon, but yes, you're right. It doesn't tell you in the way you would expect. Oh, there you go. There's one from Amazon. Sold by Amazon, but it's telling you it's out of stock. Now, ordinarily, what I would do is I'd go 999 and put it in the basket, and it would tell me how many they have. But I don't need to, because it's telling me they've got none. So this is a good space for you to get something in, given the amount that sell, and make some money on it, because there are margins on these if you're doing it cleverly. Do not buy it individually. You will not make money on it.
just add that to my list.
So let's go back to here and let's have a discussion. So if we're paying, for argument's sake, we're paying 13 for it and then getting our discount. That means you've got margin in it. So where would you position yourself and how many would you do? And back to what Helen asked. Helen, your account is too new. You cannot expect to get many merchant fulfilled sales, but I'd still try
Yeah,
it.
I would position myself between 1 and 2 at 14.57.
Why?
Because the top one's only got 2 left. So once she's sold hers, I would then go to number 1 if there wasn't a buy box, because the other one at number 2 has got 29. So I'd want to be above her if I was sending 3 in. So my 14.57, that's where that's how I would do it. If I'm wrong, I don't know.
Okay, so Amazon are getting sales at £16. They are the only fulfilled by Amazon. Now, if somebody wants this tomorrow and they have a Prime account, you can be hovering here. And instead of making £2 something, you can make £3 something in profit. That's a 33% increase in profit just by getting your positioning right.
So would you go for in between 5 and 5 then? But won't the top one sell out first?
Okay. So let's just say there's 30 days in a month. That's an easy calculation to make. So 316 divided by 30 is how many per day are selling.
Roughly
10.
10.
So day one gone, day two gone. However, what we haven't factored in is people buying these might have Prime. They want it tomorrow. None of these people are offering me next day delivery. Mark,
Right. Personally, what I do is I'd at least match Amazon, because if they're selling at that, I'm going to sell at that. But my question is, why is there no buy box on there?
so the buy box is rotating. They haven't given it to any one person. There will be a buy box.
It's saying at 1447, isn't it? But it's
So these two people by tomorrow will be gone. So I absolutely wouldn't be going here.
Okay.
So that if even with nobody fulfilled by Amazon, if I couldn't send it into Amazon for whatever reason, I'd still be pitching somewhere around about here or here, because that's only 2 days worth of stock.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah.
wait 2 days and I'll take an extra few quid. Thank you very much. Now, if you're within 99 pence of any of these, it'll probably rotate anywhere. Well, it will for me on my sales history. But you leapfrog every single one of these by having it at Amazon, because they rotate the fulfilled by Amazon buy box as well. Mark,
Even if Amazon are the ones that are selling, I know they're out of stock on this, but if Amazon had stock in, would they rotate the buy box?
we don't know is the absolute honest truth on that.
Okay.
I expect they will, and the reason I expect they will is we are getting sales on the lipsticks and they have stock.
Right. Okay.
So the
Is that the new
lipsticks,
lipsticks?
Yeah.
Has anybody thought they look like a bloody tampon applicator? Just saying.
No. Couldn't tell you.
No, I hadn't actually.
Yeah, they do.
I'm sorry, that looks like a tampon applicator. That's
Right.
really bad
I
design.
was thinking
Just
they look
saying.
like. I
Sorry.
thought they looked like Lisa Armstrong.
Sorry, men. Sorry, men. Women to get it, men haven't got a clue.
Yeah, I've got a clue.
Yes, Louise, I thought it was the Lisa Armstrong casings without the magnets.
Yes. I
Might be
hadn't even
rubbish.
thought of the tampon thing.
okay. So now we're
So
just
funny.
lowering the level of our training this evening.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, but it's very funny.
Not sorry.
It's funny. Okay. So any other thoughts on where you might position yourself and what you might send in?
Could you just not keep it simple and think, right, I'm going to send in 10, say, match Amazon, job done.
Okay. On those sales, you wouldn't have an issue with 10. So do you remember what I said to keep yourself safe, doing little and often?
Yeah. 1, 3 and 5.
So I test it with merchant fulfilled 1, 3, 5 and look at the speed of stuff going. If I'm sending in and I'm fairly certain that something sells and these figures tell me it sells, what I would actually do is I'd look at how many people are selling it. So let's just go down and have a look. So we've got 16 sellers. Now I can go on the Keeper graph and see how many of those sellers are getting stuff. What the heck went on here? I have no clue. So if we've got 16 sellers and who's got a calculator or a piece of paper?
I've got a
I have. I've
calculator.
got a phone.
Right, so if we divide 316 by 16, what do we have?
Pretty much 20.
Pretty much 20, yeah.
Thereabouts. So I wouldn't have an issue sending a maximum of 20 in on those figures with that product. Because if I'm not ridiculously priced and I can always reduce my price, I can actually always put it up, and that's my prerogative. But if I've sent 20 in I'm sharing the buy box evenly with every single one of those sellers. Now I'm going to be cheaper than some of them and more expensive than others, but there's only one person with any stock in there at the moment. So I'm going to have a commercial advantage and I'm going to sell through quicker if I'm lucky. So I wouldn't have an issue going to the maximum of that for my 30 days. Now, if I wanted to play it safe, I'd go on a weekly basis and I'd put 5 in. And then I could see what happened. So I'm a new seller, new kid on the block. How are they going to react to me? Now we know that people keep dropping the price. Now that could have been down to the fact they were trying to clear them because of the transparency code issue, or it could be you've got a load of people on there that just constantly snipe at the price. Now, that's not unusual to see that kind of thing going on. So if you wanted to take I'm just going to take this easy route, I'm going to put 5 in, because guess what? When they've sold through next week, I'm putting another box in anywhere. So it's not beyond the shadow of how I'm going to put another 5 in, is it?
Yeah.
It's a shame they're not in the sets anymore.
There is a set with them in somewhere.
I thought
There is, it's in the first look. Oh, it's £25.
Mark.
It's a little bit relevant, but not totally relevant. Right, do we know, Amazon are obviously doing fulfilled by merchant from, no, Amazon doing fulfilled by
Doing vendor fulfill.
vendor fulfill, that's the word. Do we know how often they get replenished?
Not a clue.
Or can we find out? Would they tell us? Would Avon tell us?
I'll ask the question.
Because if we know that that's not good, if it's once a month, then we've got a month to slam loads of stuff in, haven't we?
So if you put 5 in, then the chances are you've got the opportunity, even if you have to reduce a couple of pence to do it. So you don't take chunks out the price. You take pennies. Because chunks is only hurting you and the product. Because Amazon sees it come down to this price and it starts telling you off. Now, you'd like to think you can sell any product at any price. You absolutely can't. There are certain products it will say you can't do that, and they suspend your listing because you've put it on at too much money.
So in this example, Amanda, how much would be too much money for them to do that? More than
Well,
20, is it 20? Sorry, I haven't got my glasses on, whatever.
£23.99. There's more listings after that. Holy shit.
£29.11.
Oh, I know the dude at number 12. I bet I know who that is.
Let's have a look.
Oh no, it's not.
Bloody hell.
Because there is a guy, there is a company that sells everything really, really expensive. What's number 15?
Goldweave.
Goldweave do the expensive ones.
Yeah.
I'm at 3, and if I had stock in Amazon, which I don't, I would be in at number 10, because my stock in Amazon was in prior at 21.97.
Sam, have you noticed on the listing that me and you were both on, I think Amanda's on it as well, for the lipsticks, there's us 3 and there's one more person. We've all got ours the same, about 8.35, and there's somebody come in at 13.99. How does she think she's going to sell? Yeah.
Yeah, but we've only got 1.
So,
I've got 2. Yeah, I've got 2, but yeah.
okay.
So she's working on the fact that we're going to sell through, and then she'll have the only one on the listing.
Yeah, I suppose so.
That product isn't available in another market. She sent it in for fulfilled by Amazon in the hope that somebody abroad will buy it.
All right, yeah.
We all
Does
have,
everything have to, when we send it into Amazon, go into a bag that with the suffocation label on as well?
not necessarily, not for something this size. It's not big enough. 14, I think it's 14 inches that needs a suffocation label.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the opening on the bag.
Right, okay, thank you.
So no, you don't need
Yeah.
a certification label for power serum. Or lipstick for that matter.
Okay.
So have we understood how you can actually get more money and not have to be the cheapest on anything?
Yeah.
Just
And
about.
what
Yeah.
about your different risk levels? So would you be comfortable sending 5 in? Who'd be comfortable with sending more in?
Well,
Yeah.
I
I was,
trust you, Sam.
Yeah. Do you understand how we got to those numbers of testing and being, I'm going to use the safe word. You're never safe on Amazon. There's always going to be something that comes along, but you know, within a comfort zone. Yeah. And
the
how
only
to
really,
work that out.
Yeah.
yeah, I would definitely need to practice this element of understanding, but I can just about grasp what you're trying to say. Well, what I'm trying to understand is what I should say, not what you're trying to say, what you're saying.
So what I'm trying to do is giving you a formula, if you like, of calculating where a risk level is. So if you know it's selling 30 a day, and you potentially could have 2 or 3 of those sales a day without causing any grief to anybody else, then yes, you can see they are price dropping in different spaces, but it means that you're confident to add at least a few of those to send in. Yeah. And if somebody crashes the price and you've sent 3 in, it isn't the end of the world, is it? Because you're just going to match them until you've sold through. And if they keep being, there are impolite words to call some of these people, but if they keep being idiots, then you'll just go find something else to spend your money on, won't you? Whereas if you've done this and sent 200 in, then you're actually either going to keep hammering your price or you're going to pull the stock back. As it happens, it's not there. They're probably fulfilling that for different markets in different ways. So the fact they're showing you they've got 200 on there, they may not. In fact, I will share with you me being slightly naughty. What's this new wonderful lipstick stuff called?
Hi, dramatic.
Systematic.
Can't remember
Very
the third manic.
Yeah.
Automatic.
There's another listing with it on, and I've just found it as an Amazon are showing up on that one. Like that Sharon said, they are showing us up as Amazon, but there's no other fulfillment on there apart from merchant ones.
Okay, so we've got this new amazing lipstick, yes?
Fine.
So can you see straight away on this listing, Amazon have had stock in there from mid-January because it's turned a different colour. So let's just go and take a look at this one. Now, the buy box, can anybody remind me what the buy box is?
I'm trying to keep up with that bit.
992.
Who's that?
I don't know, but that's me at number 4. I'm sure it is.
Oh, it's
Okay.
Amanda, you bloody liar.
It's you, Amanda.
You bloody liar, you ain't got that many.
I haven't.
Grief.
You're absolutely right. So, do you remember that nice long word
Smart.
algorithm
Uh-huh.
where you get the buy box because this plus this plus this plus this means you are the buy box, yeah? Now, I knew they were going to launch on
Yummy.
the 1st, yeah? And I wanted to have a few sales in the pot, which added to my algorithm, yeah? Now, I took a massive risk, yeah? and I put 999. Because then that
We've got
meant-
Bobo, Sam, of selling ours, love.
So then that meant I was being a bit naughty, hoping that I could get the stock when I sold it and hoping they really didn't sell 999 overnight. But it meant that they thought I had more in stock. So I was trying to cheat the buy box a bit. Now, as you can see, I've sold 7 out of when I turned it to 999 on that one colour. The profit on this is pennies, literally. And I've changed my shipping. So I have a set amount that I pay on my online business account, but I don't quantify for large letter. And this is how this goes out.
Amanda,
Yeah,
when did they go live on your site?
officially
It was the 27th of
First.
January, wasn't it?
of
First.
February.
1st of Feb.
Wow.
That's why she teaches people. She knows her shit.
So you've sold 7 in a day.
I've sold more than that. I only set it like at 999 yesterday afternoon.
So
Where's the,
should I take my 2 off there now then?
You will rotate it.
Wow.
No, you keep them on there, girl.
where's
You
the
will
7,
rotate.
Amanda? Where's your 7? Where's it showing that you put?
Yesterday, I set this yesterday afternoon at 999. And there's already 7 out of that sold.
It's incredible.
Can you just move your cursor a minute? Now, this is really interesting. So you're looking at SAS, I'm looking at SAS on my system. Mine is showing, instead of FBA 999 plus, mine is showing AMZ 30 plus.
Interesting. I might have an older version of SAS. You might have the newest version. I need to change mine.
Oh, okay.
Can I just ask us why have we got sale price at 696?
Plus that.
Plus that.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Amanda, who's the one in between me and you then that at 0?
Oh,
You sold yours then, Sam?
no, I'm showing that I've got 1.
So is it definitely me at 2? Yeah, it's me at 2, at 4. Then it's Mrs. 1399.
She's just hopeful. She's just really hopeful.
I think you'll find it's a guy.
Okay, he's really hopeful then.
Okay, so algorithm is changed by lots of things. We could actually up our prices and still be cheaper than Amazon. Can anybody think when?
No.
If I didn't have Prime and I had to pay for my postage, it's £4.50. So actually, we could all increase our prices slightly and still be cheaper than Amazon.
Okay, I'm good for that.
So I'm just trying to get my head around this.
So £4.50 is what Amazon charges someone who doesn't have Prime. And there have been a lot of people who've been dumping Prime. That's right, isn't it, Amanda? So I would go, if I don't have Prime, I'd go, right, it's £8.35, but my postage is £4.50. So it's £12.85. So I, Beauty With, could up my price to £12.35 and be a few pennies cheaper than Amazon.
So
But you would be doing what? You'd be on Prime for that.
no,
FBA.
yeah, you'd be fulfilled by Amazon.
So it works out cheaper with the post without the postage.
So
£1.45 on a large letter, isn't it?
well, you need it signed for, so it's more than that.
Right, okay. So it's £2.80 then, because Yeah.
245, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you start going above a tenner and your fees change. Under a tenner, you're paying a slightly smaller fee. So we could easily rock these all up to £9.97 or £9.99 without incurring the higher charges and still be cheaper than Fulfilled by Amazon. Now, obviously you can't price fix because then you get fined an awful lot of money. It's a percentage of your turnover. But if all of these people came in line, there's nothing stopping us raising that price, and other people will probably follow suit anyway. Now, I could possibly still hold the buy box as much as I have because I now have more sales than most people. So I can start nudging the price up. And that's a better place to be, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because right this minute, I'm making about 5 pence profit on that.
5 pence.
Yeah.
5 pence a lipstick.
It's not worth doing, in all fairness. I've done it for several reasons. It counts towards my turnover, happy days. And I've probably done £500 worth of lipstick sales, which I would never do. But at 5 pence a hit, that's still not a lot of money. I could have made far more money on one perfume or one serum or one set. But what I've been doing is testing the algorithm and testing what ifs. I want to test what happens when Amazon have got stock. Can I still take the buy box, or can any of us take the buy box? Because in general, Amazon on a listing, Richard, are you still on the call?
Yep.
So if you saw on a product outside of Avon that Amazon were on the listing, what would your first thoughts be?
Normally avoid it.
That is
Normally avoid it. It all depends if they share the buy box or not.
now it looks like they are sharing the buy box.
Yeah, they are on this one. I've just looked at it. The one you're talking about.
Have you done it on Keeper?
Yeah.
Have
You
you
can
got it
see-
open?
Yeah.
Would you mind sharing?
No.
Let me undo. Hang on. And then I need to give you permission to do it, except it's not doing it. There you go.
Okay. So hopefully you can see that.
Not
Right.
yet.
Oh,
You need to click the green share.
Yeah,
That's the one.
yeah. Sorry, my bad.
Right. So I mentioned Keeper quite a lot. And it's really useful because you can actually see every individual sale.
Yeah. So this is the item, I believe.
Yeah.
That's a bit weird. I've got a box in there as well. So yeah, normally I look at this. So just hover over the buy box. It'll tell you what who had the buy box at that time. Doesn't necessarily mean a sale. It just means the buy box was with that person.
Mm.
So blue is FBM. Orange is Amazon. And if there was FBA there, there'd be a red one as well.
So the lowest price has been £8.33, and that was Amazon themselves dropping the price. They started at £8.35 and they dropped it to £8.33.
Yeah, so they've got it back now at
Can you scroll across again? Do that again, Richard. There was like 21,000 sales or something. What the
21,000
fuck?
sales? What do you
Go
mean?
across. Just keep going. Keep going. 21, 26, 32.
No,
Holy-
That's the
Oh, no, it's
sales
rank.
ranking,
Sorry,
Nana.
that's the rank.
Sales rank.
Sorry. I was like, there's that many people that want lipstick? Are you kidding me?
So
Nearly had a
one
heart
thing that
attack.
So one thing that has happened on this is from a brand spanking new product, because let's face it, none of us had any of this product in our hands until at some point in January, towards the latter end, when we'd ordered them on the first look in the set. So mine didn't arrive till the last week in January, and then I'm starting to play with it. So to go to the rank that it's at now in that speed, and I have not spent a single penny on advertising, but Avon have, thank you very much. So to get a brand new product at that low rank in that speed is amazing. Now,
So is that an example where the ad has actually helped us without
it has,
actually?
without a shadow of a doubt. Now I can see the traffic across the board for all of my stuff is rising, and that will then translate into sales. Gemma, you're nodding your head. Is that the same for you?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
the more traffic we have, the more potential we have. We've got the list of all the products that they're going on. So it's the glimmer sticks, the lip liners, the dry oil, some of the perfumes, obviously all of these new lipsticks. And what they're doing is they are changing all of the titles to quality titles. They're changing all of the listings to keyword rich listings, all of the pictures, although most of them are not compliant, but hey, who are we to query this?
How do you know if the picture's not compliant?
So most of them have got coloured backgrounds or lots of writing in, which are not compliant with Amazon's terms, but hey.
Didn't you say at the beginning of the course what the compliance rules were for taking a picture and where to
Yes.
find them on Amazon?
Yes.
Yeah.
In general, it's white background, one product, very little writing. They don't like writing on stuff, and nothing in it that's not to do with the product. Avon also have separate guidelines, which last year they were throwing out, which was not using models, particularly not using well-known models in the pictures. Both of which have gone out the window, it appears, but that's fine. We didn't do it, so that's fine.
Does all that matter when it comes, or does that make it worse?
Compliant pictures might get taken down, but as they were put up by Amazon themselves, they'll probably get away with it. But in terms of, does it matter to you? No, it doesn't.
Right. So we can still use the same pictures that.
Okay, so the listing is a listing and we all list on it. We don't need to change anything.
No, that's lovely.
Unlike eBay, when obviously everything gets changed by them, by you for your own individual listings, unless you are listing on a listing that belongs to Amazon, irrelevant of whether it's your product or not. They own the database.
I have a question actually, Amanda. In regards to the transparency code, is that what you call it?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about creating a listing in the US, because the serum that I want to sell has the transparency code on it, and obviously with Amazon you can't really duplicate the same listing. But if you had two of them, that's a different listing, right?
Yes, different listing.
So I might do that.
for example, what Richard's trying to say is, if he wanted to sell in another market that has transparency codes, because the UK has quite categorically said no transparency codes. The product he wants to sell in that particular market has a transparency code on a listing for 1. It doesn't have a transparency code for a listing for 2. There isn't a listing for 2 already, so can he create one? Yes. You would probably do it as generic and do it as a listing for 2. And back to something I was going to say for Helen when she was talking about, can she do a listing herself? Yes, she can. However, here are the downsides. I've just told you that to get these products to the ranks they're at in the speed they've done it is phenomenal, because it's taken a bloody lot of money, be it a TV ad or an Amazon ad. In general, these particular products are being searched for. The serum is already being searched for. It is not beyond the shadow of a doubt, therefore, that if they looked and they came across your listing for 2, if the proposition was viable for them, i.e. it was discounted for 2, that they wouldn't go buy yours. And you wouldn't need to put a fortune's worth of ads on it, because that product is already well known and being found.
So
If
what would
you
you offer? 5% discount?
It depends on, each product is different. You'd
Okay,
want to
thank
make
you.
it worth somebody's while.
Yeah.
If you're doing a listing with different bundles together, you're going to need all of the products in the title, or sling some ads at it to get the rank.
Well, so
up.
was the bundle I was going to mention was the lipstick and the lip liner,
They're
because
already on there.
but there's only one with a mirror on.
No,
I can-
all of them are on there already.
Oh, they're on there now. Okay, when I looked last, there wasn't, so that's fine then. That's absolutely fine.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
having an issue with a bundle that says I'm trying to change it.
So right this minute, Amazon are being hit left, right, and centre with different things. If a bundle has been created on generic by somebody who's been around a while, they're almost getting it gated.
Yeah, because it's an Avon one, and it doesn't say Avon as the what are the brand?
Brand.
It says generic or something, and I'm like, no, it's Avon.
So,
So I
they've-
can't go in and sell it.
so you can, but you need to get res a case,
Right.
send them pictures, send them an invoice and say, I have these products, I should be able to sell on it. Please, can you put me on the listing? And they should ungate it for you.
And please make it Avon, not generic. That's the brand. It's not generic, it's Avon.
Well,
Okay.
the reason they've done it generic is it means it's a UPC exempt.
Could you, while you're sharing your screen, could you go to detangling spray, Avon detangling spray, the pack of 3, because I can post on 1, I can post on 2, but it's gated on 3.
Yeah,
And I don't know.
it wouldn't let us do 3 yesterday either, Helen. We've done
Oh, okay.
1 and 2, but not 3.
I just wondered, I thought
I
it was a bit
think once
strange.
it goes
Did
to
you-
3 on detangling, it says it's hazmat or something, because I've had that issue on a
Evie.
few.
Evie,
Wait.
That one,
sorry, Evie, go to Dad.
that one.
Yes, no, it's a £7.99 one, I think.
I think it is that
I
one.
think there were only
It were a
one
different-
listing
it
for
were a different
3.
price
Yeah.
yesterday. It was 770 yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
So do we have to send our papers in now for that to get it ungated, presumably?
I'm just trying to see where it's on. So I'm trying to see if it's in health and personal care rather than beauty.
Is ungated spelt UNGATED?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Beauty.
thank you.
So I would just go for ungating on it. Just
Okay,
put you
that's
do
fine.
your normal and put your invoices in and ask for ungating.
Can do that later on, no problem.
Can't see why you would have an issue on it. There's nothing. It's in the right category. It's in the right space.
It
It's
did
not-
say, it did say in the brand section, natural kids.
Yeah, that might be why you've. But this is just showing as hair supplies. So just put in your invoices and ask for ungating.
Right,
Is
Thank
that
you.
quite an easy process to do? Is it like attaching an invoice to an email or something?
So all you do is you get the code from here, you go to sell it, it says you're not eligible to sell in this category, and you literally follow the process and upload your invoice.
Right,
There's 10
okay.
items on it.
It,
I
it,
don't,
it,
it's
it
not,
tells
not
you
what
what
it
to do.
said, Amanda.
What
It-
did it say?
It didn't say you weren't eligible to sell in that category, but I can't remember what it said, but it definitely said you weren't, because we'd put the ones and the twos in. And it just, I can't remember what it said.
yeah, that's how I got there, and I thought, well, what have I done wrong? Did you, Louise?
Yeah,
It's
So-
the
I'm
same
glad it
issue that
went.
I've had with the pillow spray.
So what I'd suggest you do is raise a case then that says, so let's just go,
It comes up and it says error 5885.
That's the one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we need to put our Avon agreement in every time when we send the invoice?
I
or-
usually do.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I've got a copy of it anyway.
Right, Avon agreement as a rep or as a sales leader, you mean?
As a rep.
As a rep.
As a rep. It's
Is
down
it-
your left-hand side on your main page.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you print that off or do you just attach a,
No, you just
Attach
need
a
to put it in a
PDF.
JPEG.
right?
Yeah.
So I would raise a case and say, I can't list, I'm having issues listing this. Let them come back to you and then submit whatever they ask for. It should engage it for you.
I've given up. I just left it as a bad idea because I've been on for like the day that I messaged you, Amanda. I've literally been like on it since then, and they're just not having any of it. So I've just given it up as a bad idea, if I'm honest. Everybody else might have a little bit more patience than me, but I've given up.
So the bravest are the ones that keep going.
Mine definitely went through quicker doing it after 10 p.m. at night. Definitely.
9 times out of 10, we get first time after 10 o'clock. I don't know which country it ends up in, but either they're very good or very lax. I'm not sure which, but either way.
We did it about 20 past 10 and it only took 2 days, where before it took 4 or 5 to get rid of me.
I've quite often had them done overnight.
Oh, I'll do it tonight then when we're off the call then.
These ones are to do with the way that it's been listed as the brand generic. It's not, they're not letting you like, they're saying that it's been listed as brand generic, so and they'll not let you do it for some reason. I can't remember the words that they were saying on the email, but I was like, well, I'm ungated, you know. And I've listed the same product but in different quantities. It's just this one quantity that I can't do, and they're just not having any of it for some reason.
Does
I
it
just-
say, Gemma, in the title of the thing you're trying to list, has it got Avon in there somewhere?
No. Oh, in the title.
Yeah, because that's
Um,
that's where I'm coming unstuck. It's saying to me, you've got this as generic, you've got Avon in the title, you need to change the title, but
Yeah.
they've actually taken my listing away. So I can't ask to change the title because they won't let me go to the listing. So I've gone back with my letter that says I'm an authorised rep. I've given them my contract. I've given them an invoice to show that I've bought from Avon, and they're going, yes, but just take Avon out of the title. I can't.
Yeah.
You've taken my listing down.
Yeah, well, that's the issue that I have, and obviously I can't change that title, can I? Because it's not my listing. Is that how it works?
Well, you can have a go.
All right, okay. Oh, well, I'll maybe try that then. But yeah, that's basically what they're saying. The same, you know, because you've got Avon and it's listed as generic, you can't do it. I'm like, well, it's not my listing.
Yeah, I didn't set it up. It's not my fault. Don't penalise me. But
Yeah, I was like, well, you
Okay.
changed the listing. It's not me.
Guys, so it's 20
Amanda.
pa-
Sorry,
yeah.
just quickly, you're saying about changing the title of the listing. I came across one yesterday and the title was wrong. So I opened a case and asked them in that. And again, I think it was like maybe about 7-8 o'clock at night, and got the reply through overnight, obviously, saying that they would change the title. So I think that's the best way to try and get a title changed, is with opening a case.
Ah, okay.
And do it at night time, because you get a better answer at night time than you do during the day.
I'll give that a go.
Right. It's 8:20. We're going to have a tea break. Is that a good time?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Wine
Perfect.
break. Wine break.
You're having a wine break. Okay.
I've finished a bottle already.
You finished a bottle of wine? Really?
Oh, yeah.
Who said that?
Without
Who's judging
calling
me?
it?
Who's judging me? I know I'm supposed to be doing non-alcoholic 2023, but
I'm not judging you.
it ain't working because my housemate is just absolute crap.
Okay, guys.
Should you get a bad influence? Because now I'm going to have a drink. I'm home for football practice with the girls. So
I
I, think
love
I'll
your
put
accent.
a wee drink.
Oh, I love
you're
your
right.
accent so much.
I'm going to go and grab some water or whatever. So go and put the kettle on, guys. There.
How do we see everybody? Yeah, we can. We just do that,
Oh, yeah, there you go.
and then we do that.
I'll just put the kettle on.
Richard, whereabouts are you in the world at this moment in time?
Oh, I've got my lead stuck.
Whereabouts in the world? I live in London, effectively.
Oh, okay. I thought Amanda said you was in the States or something.
No, I'm still in the States.
Ah.
I live
Oh,
in the UK.
all right. Yeah, I had that invite to go and sell in the States. I was like, nah, I'd rather sell in Canada because I was in Canada and I was making a really good living on Amazon in Canada because of one of the wholesalers that I was using. You can get them in the UK, but they don't do the stuff that I was selling in Canada, which is
Right.
shitty. They have to bring it over in crates from Vancouver. So
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult. I mean, I've got a prep center that does it in a certain way that we're below the shipping, what's it called, the export cost of how we ship it out. So
okay.
doing it in a certain way to like limit the weight and limit the price of what's in the box, which then lowers the export cost.
I might have to find a prep center in Canada then and reopen the Canada market.
Yeah, quite easy to do that.
I'm not joking. Some of the stuff that I could get hold of was just like, yeah. Right, I'll have to look into that.
Do that. Yeah, I mean, I didn't touch any product now because I don't have the time, if I'm perfectly honest.
Yeah, well, I do because I don't do too much personal training anymore. My body's starting to fall apart.
You and me both.
Shut up! I'm not getting old, you little shit. You're older than me anyway.
I know, but I don't lick it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because you use that renewal serum.
I do.
Yeah, well, so I normally sell 08 stuff. I buy in the UK and sell it in the US. And
So you ship it from the UK to the US?
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
How much of container do you take then?
I send it in small boxes. I say
Oh,
small
okay.
boxes. They're like, whether they are 63 centimeters cubed or square, whatever it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my prep center.
Because that's still
have a system-
expensive, because the postage over to the US is still expensive.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
No, it's not, because
But-
my mum used to send me food parcels to Canada 3 or 4 times a year, and
Yeah, but I mean, the margins on stuff I send out there is a lot bigger.
yeah. Oh,
For
okay.
example, I'm selling Percy Pig packets of Percy Pig, right? Which are about that. I don't know if you can see. Can you see me?
Yeah.
They're about that big, aren't they? They're
Yeah.
like, I don't know what they are, 100 gram or something. And I'm selling them for $15.
Holy crap! I mean, I'm at $15.
How much you buying from?
How much? I know how much he's buying them for because trust.
£1.50 or something.
Yeah, because you
Shitting hell.
because you can get them from there's a sweetie place.
Ocado.
Harrison's. Harrison's
Yeah.
will do you bulk buy shipping
I
for.
buy them from
bulk buy.
Ocado.
Oh right.
Just buy them from Ocado.
Yeah, but
And they
America.
sell.
Yeah, but America and Canada like
Yeah.
English chocolate because we put all the shit in our chocolate and they take it all out, and that's why their chocolate tastes like crap.
I'm
And
selling at
we've
least.
got really cool sweets.
I can't get them out there quick enough. I'm selling
No.
like last month it was about 40, I think, 40 in a month.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't. I totally
Wow.
understand because having lived in Canada, they loved British chocolate, and every single
Yeah.
time my mum sent me stuff over, dairy milk, celebrations, whatever, it was just like, oh, you got to give me some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was selling like pots of jars of mint sauce. That's also about $15.
And the
I buy
tartar
them-
sauce as well is like gold
Yeah, I
dust.
bought them for like
Yep.
£1.50. Yeah.
Yep.
They love it.
Man, I'm gonna have to do some research. I'm gonna have to get back
Incredible.
into Canada, I think.
Well, you should know what they like in Canada.
Oh, I know what they like
From
in
the
Canada
UK.
because I used to bloody have to pay for it.
Well, that's
There's
it.
plenty of prep centers out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
just
find
try
one that I trust.
Yeah, try and find a decent one and just
Yeah.
test them out. See if they're any good.
All right. I might have to have a chat with you, Richard.
No worries.
Thank you.
We a cup of tea anyway.
Who's got everybody got their tea yet?
Almost. Hey, Trudy, I was thinking
Yes,
of you
gorgeous.
this week.
Oh,
I
was
thinking
you?
of you. You're right.
Oh,
what they
got all
put me
fuzzy.
Oh, you hang on. Let's get rid of my background.
What are
That
you
did not
doing,
work.
Yeah. What are you
Hang
doing,
on.
you nutter?
Hang on. Oh, you know me. You know how much of a nutter I am. Right. Look what they put me on this week. Can you see that?
Hello. Yeah, penicillin.
Penicillin.
Right. So they put me on penicillin. Can you take penicillin?
I can't.
Penicillin.
It depends. Are you allergic to it?
Well,
I
I'm
am.
not allergic. I said I'm not allergic. Don't really work for me. It's not very good, but the pain in my jaw is so much, I'll take it. Because I had pain going from my ear right the way down to the front of my chin underneath a tooth they crowned, right? So they've put me on phenoxymethyl penicillin. I started taking it on the evening of the 31st of January.
Yeah.
Today is the 2nd of February, and I phoned the doctors and went, hello, I've got a bit of a problem. I'm on this penicillin, and the whole of my groin area and my pelvis area has gone bright red and blistered. They went,
She's allergic to it.
sounds like you shouldn't be taking that. Would you like to stop taking that penicillin? Yes, I really would. But what about my tooth? They said, I'm worried about your groin and pelvis. I went, no, not in the slightest. What about my tooth?
Oh, so you've got a jaw ache because of a tooth issue.
Yeah, I had.
Turn back on. Okay. Right. Many of you have shipped in. Some of you have yet to, but you will. When you start doing stuff, it's going to be all about checking what's selling, checking what you need to replenish, and staying ahead of the game. The more time you put into something and get into a system and a way of doing stuff regularly, the better for your business. So it's understanding your numbers. We said earlier, you need to pick a goal and then decide what's in each box that actually counts to that goal. So if you've only got time to do it once a week, then you need to do all of those boxes over that weekend. So you're going to have to go across the board of what is going in those boxes. Now, I know most of you have got Avon, but I would highly recommend that you start looking at some other products as well, because what I'm teaching you here means it works for any product. Now, I know you have specific reasons for doing this, but ultimately, your electricity's gone up, your food's gone up, your clothes have gone up, and the only person putting food on the table are the people within your four walls in general. Now, I know that you've got income coming from other people in your businesses, but quite often they're looking for something else as well. And given all the outcry of stuff that's going on right now, you're just going to see your income eroded. So by adding to what you're already doing and sending stuff in, you've got the opportunity to do whatever you choose to do. So basically make sure you've got plan B, plan C, plan D, however many letters in the alphabet you want to go, just to make sure that you are looked after, because you can't keep looking after everybody else. And I'll hold my hand up and say I'm guilty of that quite often. So I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, so as you can see, I've got a bubble bath sale, aha, and I've put the price up. Now $13.97, and it never was that. Now I'm going to show you this one because this is what you shouldn't do. And I know it's somebody you know who it is, but you can't put free gift vouchers. You can't put your details in it. So I or someone will be calling and getting those extra bits removed from this listing. How she's getting away with it for so long, I don't know, but I'm not going to name because we're recording and that's not fair. But when you're creating stuff, please do not do this. They are not your listings, they are Amazon's listings.
So would she have added to that listing, you mean?
Yes.
Right.
Okay. With all the changes and everything that have been going on, account health gets hammered. I've got an older account. You have not, most of you. Richard, yours is relatively old. Sam, yours is older than many. Ivan, yours is older than a few. So, hey, but even so, you're still new. You cannot afford to have lots of dings on it. And I think I've had 14 in the past 6 weeks for one reason or another, which I can be doing without. And they're all related to changes that have happened with Amazon and Avon. So I will share my back office with you because I am absolutely transparent. There's another one gone on there of suspected. All I'm going to do is upload all my invoices and everything that says I can do stuff. These are fake IP complaints. These are other sellers on stuff they don't own the IP to, and you still get dinged. Now, these are all Avon, and we have asked Avon to have something put on the site. And all of these are actually not food and product safety. They're all Avon. Quite why they're coming into there, I don't know. But it's all to do with expiry dates. We have asked for these to either be put on the new listings or to be put on the Avon site, so we can just send Amazon to there to stop that happening. So soon, many of you will be doing merchant fulfilled listings as well as Amazon fulfilled. Would it be helpful if you could make a bit more money?
No.
Yes.
I've already mentioned this before, But if you're merchant fulfilling and you add in expedited delivery, you have to be able to deliver. However, this gets turned on and off as much as I change my shoes. If your delivery thing does not give you what you need, so basically it needed to be 97%. Now, if you've only got small numbers, to get 97% means you've got one issue and you're stuffed. We've got reasonably big numbers of merchant fulfilled, but every week this gets assessed. If you've got Royal Mail and you're using Royal Mail and they're on strike, or lots of different reasons affect this, then you are not eligible to turn on premium delivery. When you do have premium delivery, basically, if you've got stock nobody else has got and they want it tomorrow and you're merchant fulfilling it, which is probably a perfume or whatever, or sets, or for Mother's Day coming up, when you've got this turned on, you can add a premium price. I've got £4 and £6 on mine. So 48 tracked or 24 tracked. Over and above the price I'm already getting, I'm getting an extra £4 or £6. So if you are doing that, make sure that you go across to your settings. Oh, hello. Don't know what all that was about. And you add into your shipping settings premium delivery. Now, with brand spanking new accounts, how many of you go and click through are eligible for premium delivery eligibility? I bet every single one of you. Do you want to go and check?
I haven't got an Amazon account open yet. I thought I had to wait for the business account to
Yeah,
open.
you need to wait for your bank account.
Yeah,
For any of
yeah.
you who have. Trudy, you've got eligibility? You're on mute, darling. You're still on mute.
All I can see is your screen. I'm trying to figure out how I can find my screen. Hold on a minute. Don't be
Ivan,
a
have
smart
you-
ass.
Have
Don't
you
be a
got
smart ass.
Did I just help or what?
Just
Did I just help
Alt
or
and
what?
tab.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Alt
How
and
did
tab
you
will
do
take
it?
you
Because
out.
I can't see my screen either. I can only see Amanda's.
You
Oh,
need
is it
to
not
take your cursor to the top of the page until
Oh,
you
that-
can see you are viewing Amanda Hill's screen. Go into the options and exit full screen. Amanda, stop sharing now. But if you go into exit full screen, then you're in a position that you can see your own stuff behind. Or you have
So
two screens like what
How many
I've
of
got.
you have got premium eligibility?
Can I ask something on that as well, Amanda? If you set a listing to have it seller fulfilled prime, could you have another merchant fulfilled offer on that listing with just
Yes.
regular? Yeah.
Yes.
You could have an FBA, a seller fulfilled prime, and a normal merchant. Right. Okay.
Yes.
Right. I'm still waiting to get in. I had to log in.
So if somebody is really desperate for what you have and they want it tomorrow, they will pay it.
Sorry, I'm going to mute again. 2 seconds.
Has anybody, well, I know there's a couple of you potentially could do that. So Sharon, you could. Trudy, you definitely could. Ivan, you probably could.
I don't know, I'm on my iPad.
Okay, that's a pen in the backside. What
I'm
I'll
just
do
trying to find
tomorrow,
it.
How do you do it? I'm on shipping. Is it general shipping settings?
what I'll do tomorrow is I'll do you a video that shows you how to change your shipping settings. Will that help?
Yep.
Is this the 1-day premium shipping, Amanda?
It is, darling.
Okay.
So turn it on and put a value in it.
Okay.
So if they want it tomorrow, they'll pay for it. But if you turn it on, you have to be able to deliver.
That's fine.
So what time would they be able to order up to?
2
If they
o'clock
want it-
normally.
Sorry,
2 o'clock normally.
yeah.
So if my courier comes at like 3:45, I can change that time and potentially offer next day later. Okay.
So I have pick up at 3:30, pick up at 4:30. But what I've also been doing is, particularly if I've used just a click and drop account to get cheaper large letter, I've actually been printing those separately because they don't get picked up by well, they do get picked up by my ordinary people, but they go in a separate bag. But I have a 6:30 box at the end of my office where I am,
Yeah.
and they actually come and empty it, and it's one of those big square metal boxes, not like a Royal Mail sort of round fancy round top thing. It's a business box and it has a pull down front. Anybody seen those?
Yeah, we've got one of those. Half
Yeah.
past 6 is the last collection, yeah.
Well, ours is 6:30. Now, what I used to do before I did over the £16,000 a year for free pickup, I used to go meet them several times a day at these boxes and hand everything over. But with these ones, I'm literally just either handing it over or dumping it in the box on my way home. So it means it's a very, if your customer gets something the next day that they've just ordered at 4:30, do you think they're likely to leave you a positive review?
Yes.
Yeah.
Much more likely than if it just arrived a few days later. So what I try to do is I try and look after every customer how I'd like to be looked after, and make sure if I'm shipping it myself that it looks the part and it's in a box and it's all well done. If it goes into Amazon, I bag nearly everything, because if I've received something and I'm either giving it as a gift or, you know, I want it to look the part, I don't want a sticker on something that I can't get off, because that's not a good experience, is it? So nearly everything that I send in is bagged. And I just give what I can to make the experience better. Right, let's just get back to here. So wherever possible, if you can do it, add a premium delivery, because you're going to earn more money out of it. So stuff that was marginally profitable is now happy days. You've just earned an extra couple of quid on it. Yeah. Now, as I said, these are going to go up and down. So 6 things didn't get there tracked on time. Now, it may be they did get there, but the tracking didn't track. But I can't change this. Now, the voice of the customer is really important. So you need to stay on top of that. At least once a week, go and have a look. Sorry? Did somebody say something?
I think it was feedback on you. It sounded like you on a loop.
Me on a loop, that's not a good thing. So voice of the customer, you absolutely need to be staying ahead of the game on that, because you catch stuff, you know, stuff that's not right. But on here, there's all sorts of stuff that you need to be looking at. Now, I've added onto my bar at the top, everybody obviously who's got their account up and added the right stuff to their bars at the top. Anybody missed how we did that? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So basically, everything lives here now, and anything that I use a lot, can you see the ones that have got little black dots next to them or little black ribbons?
Yeah.
They're the things I use a lot. So they're all now across here. If I wanted to take it off, I'd just remove it and it's gone from my favourites bar. So all the stuff that I do a lot is up here. Now, because I do a lot of merchant fulfilled, I need this one up here. Can anybody tell me what it is? Nobody used this. Okay. When you merchant fulfill, your customers can, of course, return it, and you have visibility of it. If they return to Amazon, to be fair, you're going to get an email and you might go and check the report to see what's come back, but it's kind of hidden. Now, this is for when you've had, shall we be polite, a less than nice customer. Mark's asking me to be very unfriendly there. So basically, a customer has used something, decided they didn't like it. They've said that the item is not as described and they've sent it back. Amazon very kindly give them a label that you've paid for to come back. And when it comes back, the item is used, it can't be sold. So you raise a safety claim. And you say, this customer has used this item, it is no longer saleable. I'd like a refund. Or even worse, they've ordered an expensive item and they've sent you something back that wasn't what they'd ordered, and they've had a full refund from Amazon. And then you will raise a safety claim that says, this customer has switched this. Now, you may need to give pictures for varying things, but 9 times out of 10, we're getting refunded for customers being less than honest.
Can
I've
I
had
ask?
that on some, it was a piece of garden, you know, the visors you have for garden trimming. Sold one of them, it came back with like half it missing, which cost like about 180 quid, I think.
We get quite a lot of these for, so it's in one of the groups of how to get free stuff. So they'll order something that's got more than one of, they'll keep one, they'll send the rest back, and they'll get a full refund. So you just raise the safety claim, and as I said, 9 times out of 10, we're getting it back. Did you get yours back?
No,
You didn't?
no, big hit on that one. They wouldn't, no, basically.
Well, I had one for an exceptionally expensive Christmas calendar in July. It was a Liberty calendar, and they are the best part of £300. And in July, apart from the fact it's out of the 90-day window return, they'd opened it, so it's no longer saleable, and half of it was missing. So we pointed out that not only was it outside the return window and should never have been allowed, but most of it was missing, and we did get paid back out on it.
Okay.
To
Yeah.
touch on, oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Lou?
I was just going to ask, what sort of percentage of your sales would you say have refunds and returns to be dealt with? In other words, how when we're planning allocating our time management to deal with this side of the business,
Yeah.
how much of that time would you allow for this side of it?
So for returns,
as a general rule
although
of thumb?
they do get, there's probably about 50 returns for 6 years, so not a lot. This one, apparently a month ago they ordered it and they've suddenly decided it was damaged. They've only just opened it after a month. I don't know about you, but when I order something, I don't leave it on the side for a month to not open it. In general,
I will put my hand up and say I have done that.
I was going to say, yeah.
I am. I mean, yes. Sorry.
Is it you, Kim?
It was me. Yeah, I'm really sorry. Yeah, I have done that, but I wouldn't be cheeky enough to go, oh, that's damage after such that length of time.
So we'll wait for this to come back. And we'll see how much of it comes back. And actually we'll claim this off Royal Mail. Probably.
Amanda,
Yeah.
can I ask what happens, like, obviously, if it's merchant fulfilled, Amazon send the prepaid label for the customer to send it back. If the customer doesn't send that back within the 45 days, what happens? Do you get the money back for the prepaid label?
Only when the label is used do you get charged for it.
Right, okay. So if they don't return the product back, then after the 45 days, that's it, it just goes?
90% of these returns on here will not come back.
No, I mean, I think I've had one, but it's just, I've got a couple due to drop off, and it was the label thing that I wondered about.
Won't have been charged until it's been scanned.
Cool, fabulous.
Any questions on that?
Me, please.
Yeah.
Where did you find that option to put on your little menu, Amanda? Sorry for where would I find the safety claims?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I completely missed that bit.
No, you're good. Let me just get you out of the way because you're in the middle of my screen. Oh, okay. So most of the stuff that you need is over here. So all of your the catalog stuff is in the first one. So your inventory is all in the second one. So selling and your dashboard and your shipments and whatever. Orders has got the returns on it there.
Oh,
Is that the
thank
one you
God.
were after?
Yes. I've got 3 lipsticks due to come back. Great.
Of the new ones?
Yeah, saying that the colour was wrong. Compared the website compared to what they actually received.
Interesting. What have
Very.
they ordered?
I don't know what colour it is, but I can find out.
Because I've had one that basically said description not accurate.
Mhm.
And I've actually warned them that if that product is used and not resellable, they will not be refunded.
Yeah, I've had a similar thing. I haven't actually had a look to see the full details of it. Well, I've had 3 today saying that exact same thing.
Okay, so do we understand what a safety claim is?
Yeah, can I just ask a question, please?
Uh-huh.
You said with that one at top there that you would claim that back off Royal Mail.
Uh-huh.
It says the item is damaged, but the box or envelope is undamaged. Would you get? Why is that Royal Mail's fault?
Because I shipped it by Royal Mail to them and it was in perfect condition when it left me.
Well, they're saying the box or envelope's undamaged.
Sometimes stuff can end up damaged because it's been shook all over the place, but the boxes.
I understand, but will that be accepted?
Royal Mail won't ask the question.
That's all right then.
All I have to give them is a picture
About it.
that shows that the product's damaged. And yeah, and we do it more and more now. In fact, we've only really been doing this for about 2 years of reclaims, and we should have weekly. The amount that we get back, I mean, we had £150 worth of Royal Mail refunds last week.
Wow.
And, you know, if you add it up all over the time, little tiny bits, if you let the little tiny bits in your business mount, that's not good for your profit.
Look after the pennies and the pounds look after themselves, as my grandma used to say.
Exactly. As did mine, bearing in mind I'm a Northern girl as well.
Do you only use Royal Mail?
I use Royal Mail, Parcel Force, UPS, DPD. Who else?
That'd be no then.
Most.
I use every quite good actually. What's that?
I don't use every.
Yodel.
Oh yeah. Everything's
So-
okay, to be fair. It's not too bad.
I had a bad experience with what is now Every. When I first started, I used to fill my BMW 7 Series up with all my orders several times a day and drive it to the depot literally around the corner from here and watch when they turned them into basketballs.
Yeah, okay. Well, I can imagine that happens everywhere, but
I have, yeah. I was talking to my neighbour who is an Every, she works for Every. So she was saying she does deliveries for Amazon. So I was telling her about this course. I suppose you could have a good person one end, but it's trusting them in the other delivery areas, isn't it?
To be fair, I have a lot of deliveries from them, and in general, they're good.
Mm.
And I get mine on a weekend as well because the guy knows that I'm there, and he only lives around the corner.
Yeah.
Okay,
I've
so
been using Every quite a lot recently, obviously because during December with the strikes with Royal Mail and things like that, I've had a few issues where things haven't been delivered, but all in all, it's been not too bad. I think over December that was quite difficult to make a claim and get through to them, but they seem to have changed their chat bot and it's easy to make the claim with them now for the parcels that have gone missing, so they're not too bad.
So safety claims we're all happy with. We know that it's to do with your personal shipments, not Amazon shipments.
Yeah.
When stuff comes back that's not as it should be, you can raise the claim and see what happens. Are we good with that? Yeah.
So it's not Amazon fulfilled.
No, this is you.
I'm just writing that distinction down. Sort of information.
So how does that work with when it's fulfilled by Amazon and it gets returned?
So you will get an email.
Okay.
Now, anything that's returned to Amazon, I've actually got set up to come back to me, because what I don't want is used stuff going back into stock, going out to customers, because then that will do this. So I have all of my returns set up so they come back to me. And then if it's still sellable, I'll send it back in again.
I like that.
that's the only problem with the US. My stuff, if it has to get returned, it basically, and it can get resold, it basically gets binned.
Yeah.
That's the only problem.
You need very high profit margins to be able to swallow that.
Yeah. But in all fairness, I don't get too many things that are disposed of. It's probably less than 5%, probably like 3%. It's pretty good.
Amanda, on that, if you get your FBA return sent back to you and it's in a used condition, do you then open a safety claim?
So it's not a safety claim, it's a different claim. Sometimes you'll get them paid out, others you won't. Now, it depends on what it is and the damage and whatever. If it's a small value item, I can't be pestered. But if it's clearly been abused or it's been their fault that it's come back in a box that's mullered from Amazon, then I'll go to Amazon and say, hey guys, you know, we've got policies to adhere to, you're not, and this has come back in 20 pieces when it should be 2. So occasionally I'll do it, but that is unfortunately part and parcel of business. It isn't, thankfully, a lot, but you'd be quite surprised at how many things end up going back and how many people abuse the system. Now, I've been doing more and more merchant fulfilled than Amazon fulfilled than perhaps I should, but it means that I've got much more control at the moment.
How do we set it up so that the returns come back to us then?
There is a setting for it. And I
Okay.
can't remember where it is.
Change settings.
Hang on.
Return settings?
No, return settings is where it's going to. So basically that's if something's coming back to me, I think. But I'll go and have a look and see if it is in there. If it's not, I'll go find it tomorrow and I'll do your video. Can somebody put that in the chat in the group for me? And then I'll go find it in the morning and do it. Ah, here we go. UK. I don't sell anything abroad, by the way, just so you know. I don't knowingly. This is different to how I set it up, but I'll go find it tomorrow. Can somebody put it in the chat for me and I'll find it and video it?
Yeah, will do.
A couple of days ago, I actually found a place to disable the export. There's an export thing on here as well, where it basically allows anybody in the world to buy your item from the wrong marketplace.
Right.
If that makes sense. And I found out where it is, so you can just disable it.
So
That's more FBA though, to be fair. It's not FBA.
yeah, I don't send anything abroad at all from here.
Yeah, it's only FBA because it's already in their warehouse. So if people are doing FBA, you can turn it off. But
Is that the EFN thing? Because I got something through the other day there. It was a France tax summary, as if I'd sold something in France, but I hadn't sold it. And I thought, is that because Amazon's kind of doing the same as eBay with like the global shipping plan?
yeah, you probably did set it through. Yeah, you'll get taxed more, so it just kills your profit.
So you want this to look like this. You don't want anything on there that says you're shipping abroad. And one thing that we disabled the other day, can you make sure this is disabled on yours? Go to the top right hand corner where you've got the little cogwheel. Go to the account information. And then you're going to the going on holidays thing. And please, please make sure that you've got every country other than the UK as inactive. Otherwise, you potentially could be shipping your orders to France or Italy or whatever. Just click edit and put every country on holiday other than. This is only on holiday for merchant fulfilled. It does not affect your fulfilled by Amazon anyway, but with that other one disabled, you wouldn't be sending it abroad anyway.
Now
But
I've got three new things that I haven't seen before. One says non-Amazon current status of listings.
Right.
SI Prod ES, which I presume is Spain, marketplace, current status of listings. SI Prod IT, which I assume is Italy, is active. SI UK is active. Now, Spain and Italy have been turned off for ages, and higher up, it says Amazon.it inactive.
Right. So you want everything turned off or disabled or disconnected. And you want all of these merchant fulfilled ones set to inactive, other than UK. Oh, sorry. Otherwise, you're opening yourself up to having to send it to somewhere bonkers that you don't want to be doing. Parcel to go is probably your best route if you choose to ship it. But it's much safer to just come and turn all these off.
I've got that as well. That's totally new. I've never Never
No,
seen
I've
that
never seen
before.
that before. And
And everything
everything
Is
is
inactive.
inactive.
I'm the same.
High five, Sharon. Absolutely.
No.
Everything is inactive. And then we've got these new things that we've just told you about. So I'm a bit worried about that.
I'll
It's
have a
bit
look at yours
strange.
tomorrow, Sam.
Thank you.
Okay.
Come back to me on it as well then, Amanda. I don't want to get stung.
All right. We'll have a look at it tomorrow separately for you. Right. Some of you are going to be ready to put boxes in this week. Is it Helen I'm speaking to tomorrow? Kim, where are you at?
I have a video call tomorrow with Amazon
Woo!
because I've had to delay it again. So I'm hoping my Amazon account will be open. Still having problems with the business account, but I had problems with the Tide.
Apparently Monza is better than Tide,
Oh, okay.
and it's done online with no questions. The Tide debit card is a prepaid one, apparently.
Oh, okay. We'll go with
You might not
Monzo.
want that.
I use Starling for a business account. if
Yeah,
that's
they've
good.
been turned down, Richard.
No,
Oh,
we'll
really?
turn down. Yeah,
They're being a pain at the minute.
Ah,
yeah,
okay.
didn't want to know.
So
Yes.
we need to
So-
sort yours. Lou, we need you to get sorted too.
Yes,
Gemma,
I
you're
haven't,
up.
I haven't actually gone on to, I've gone onto the Tide website, but I've not actually entered anything. So I'm very grateful for that information. I just won't bother with them.
Do Monza.
So,
Takes about 2 hours.
Oh my God. Well, in that case, it's going to happen tonight. My daughter's here. She's with me on the limited company. So we can do it together with the ID.
Gemma, you're sorted and doing stuff. When are you putting some boxes in, darling?
About 2 days ago, but things have just gone a bit manic. And Louise and Mark proper spurred us on when I saw the picture. I was well jealous. I was like, damn, need to get me bum into gear for that one. So I have got nothing planned for tomorrow, so that is the plan. I wanted to try and get on that listing that I had the error with before I sent me box. I thought if I can wait a couple of days, send it all together, but I've given up. I'm just going to send me box. It'll go in the next one if I get it sorted. So watch this space.
Ivan, what about you? He's grinning at me.
You're on now, Ivan.
Don't know what's happening with your mute, darling. It's going on and off.
Part
Hi.
It's going on and off. So nod your head that you're going to put something in this week. Perfect.
Tomorrow.
That's one way of getting it done.
Hey, Mark.
Right. So I would like to set a target that every single one of you will have had your first box sent in by this time next week. And those of you who are already well on that route, to do some more boxes. Is that a plan? Sharon's just sort of shaking her head at me of really.
Got a mega delivery coming, so
So the more you do, the more you will earn. The more you earn, the more you will do. It is a perpetual circle. Now, I'm not the big bad wolf or the teacher with a whip in the corner. That's basically, you know,
Though, didn't you?
you have to want to do this. And the more you want to do it, the more you will do it. It's not your tax return that you can put off for a year. Yeah. It's your livelihood, isn't it? Now, you heard from Sharon earlier, because when she first was going to get started, you took a while. to get there, to get going, to be fair. But once you do, and once you put your mind to it, your months are phenomenal.
It's about not being scared. I think to start with, I was scared. Told you that, like the money, you just, it's crazy. You spend money like a tenner's like 10 grand and paying bills and bringing money in, seeing the sales and that. It's crazy. It's crazy. You don't actually realise what you're doing. Whereas at the start, I was really scared of kind of putting the money out, because you're thinking, bloody hell, that's my credit card that's maxed, and how am I going to pay that? But you've just got to kind of overcome it and do it, and it'll work. It does work.
When you had your first £1,000 day,
£1,000 day. Oh my God.
No, it's, I mean, because obviously there's a couple of people at the start were saying, like, I've not had a sale yet, I've not had a sale. And I remember like going on the call with Amanda, however long ago it was I started doing this, and setting it up and putting stuff on and getting dead excited, and then going, not a sale, nothing sold. A day went, Amanda, I've not had a sale. She's like, it will happen. A day, another, I've still not had it. And I think it was maybe like, it was 3 or 4 days, and then you get that ping on your phone, and my phone doesn't do it anymore. I'm raging, it doesn't do it because it's the Amazon ping. And then it was just ping, ping, ping. Now my phone pings, I've managed to set it up. I've got like the ka-ching, and it goes, and I go, oh, there's another sale. It's because you've got to go to like, pack it up and stuff like that. So it's, you'll see for yourself. You're obviously at the start of the journey. I was there myself. I'm not anywhere near in the league as to what Amanda's doing, but I'm doing pretty well with it, and I'm enjoying it. I actually love it. It's,
Just ask you,
really-
Sharon, how
Yeah.
long have you been doing it? And so what is your roughly, what's your monthly, if you'd be happy to share?
hang on.
Oh, sorry. Turn